over 50 k's an hour. All I hope is that it's not run by bloody Windows Vista, because you get that blue screen of death, but no Control-Alt-Delete on this thing to restart the bastard.
But there are lots of issues with this, guys. I've got this sorted out. If you want to drive in a vehicle controlled by a mindless automaton, catch a bus. Now, still to come, we have the Nissan GTR, and they came second and third at Bathurst. Can they redeem themselves in our bog standard car? Anyone can drive fast in a high-tech racing car, but it takes real skill to do a hot lap in our bog standard car. Well, that's our story, and we're sticking to it anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome James Courtney and Greg Murphy. Now, guys, first things first, congratulations. Fantastic job, Murph. Bathurst, second. You have to be pleased with that.
So I think it's, I've never been so happy to be second before in my life. It was being a race car driver and a competitive one, you don't often say things like that, but to get on the podium at Bathurst, and our team hasn't exactly had a fantastic last 12 months, so it was a huge result for us, and just to be competitive at that place is a great feeling, and I love Bathurst. It's the best racetrack we race on.
Yeah, it is awesome to watch. And, mate, from your point of view, third, but a fantastic opening stint as well. You did.
It was a crazy day for us. I think we had a 12 second lead in the start, charged off, everything was going great, and then ran into some dramas, and then we went a lap down and we were able to fight back and just finish behind Murph. Hopefully next year there'll be a little bit different, roles reversed.
Didn't take him long, did it?
I want mine to be reversed with Lowndes. I don't know about you, but...
yeah, it's getting a bit cheeky, 3 in a row, so...
It's ridiculous.
OK, well, you're coming second and third. I mean, it's tighter and tighter, that race, every year too, isn't it? It's turned into such a sprint race right at the end of 1,000 k's.
It's getting pretty crazy, the pace that we were running through the whole race, and, with all the safety cars and everything like that, it's just the guys in front are trying to get away from the guys behind them, and definitely a lot of action.
Now, Murph, you're famous for many things, 4 wins at Bathurst being one of them. But there was that lap, that qualifying lap that no one has been able to touch since in 2003.
Murph will tell you it's perfect. But
is it the perfect lap?
No, well, it wasn't the perfect lap. I mean, I'm quite happy to tell you that it could have been a little bit better. We out of the dipper, the famous dipper up the mountain there. It came out of there, and I've gone from second, and instead of going to third, I've jammed it straight into first gear. At 7,500 revs in second gear, it's gone into first, and needless to say, the tacho went fairly high, and that sort of woke me up. So it was a couple of tenths of a second. I thought I'd blown it, but it was, if you're going to miss a gear, I suppose it was a reasonable place to do it, because the run to the next braking area was quite short. So, hey, it was a special time, and I couldn't believe it myself when I did it, and it's one of those things when everything goes right, and it still lives on for another year after a few people talking themselves up, so I'm pretty happy about it.
But it wasn't a lap, it was an out-of-body experience, wasn't it? It was extraordinary.
Well, I suppose I don't really believe in all that kind of stuff, but I suppose if you're going to use that analogy, then yeah, that's sort of the thing it was. I mean, you're definitely in the zone. I mean, I'd have never expected that was going to happen. I was looking to try and beat Bowie's time, which was a record in itself at the time, a 7.9. And, I was hoping that I was just going to pip him. But to do that time was very special. And, it's the best moment of my racing career by far.
Well, everyone thought it was special. When you came up pit lane, just getting a standing ovation from everybody, it was awesome.
Geez, I'm going to start blushing.
No, you should too. You should. And James, you're driving there now, but you've done so much overseas, winning Formula Ford, world karting.
Yeah, it's been quite a crazy little career. I've been overseas, as you said, and did all that sort of stuff, but coming back here and racing at Bathurst in the touring cars here, it is amazing. Like Murph said, the competition is so tight, and I think with Formula One the way it is now, it's making the other categories a lot stronger, because a lot of the guys, because it is so reliant on money nowadays, and a lot of the time the best guys don't have the money to get them there, so the other categories are getting stronger, and it shows just in our championship with, like Murph said, 10 guys doing 2-minute 7s at Bathurst is pretty impressive. OK, boys, you're both adrenaline junkies, obviously. I mean, what do you do? What do you do to amuse yourself when you're not driving around in circles fast?
I'm actually in my element here at Bankstown Airport. I love flying. I do a bit of helicopter flying. I've got my helicopter licence, so I was standing out the back there earlier watching what was going on. So a bit of adrenaline junkie in that respect. But you know, anything with an engine, we ride dirt bikes and you know, do a bit of karting here and there, and whatever's going really. Wakeboarding, boats, it's anything to do with an engine pretty much. I'm into it.
What about you, mate?
Yeah, just the same, motorbikes. Love wakeboarding and all that sort of stuff on the water. You can fall and you don't get hurt as much as motocross and things like that. But yeah, anything that gets you going.
You're recently married. How does your wife take all this?
No, Kaz is, you know, we've got a little daughter now. She's nine months, so it's, you had to think about that. It's going so fast. She's growing up so quick. But no, it's, you know, it's good. They're coming along to a couple of the races now because she's getting a bit bigger and I've never been as happy as what I am now. I think it's awesome.
Mrs. Murphy must be well used to this, mate, after all these years.
Oh yeah, she is. It's my boys, the older one in particular, who's the aficionado in the house now with the car racing, and I was very pleased to be able to bring a trophy home for him after Bathurst because I've put up with about 18 months, 2 years of coming home after every race and him giving me the ultimatum and the you know, Dad, you know, this is just not good enough. I haven't seen a trophy for some time. What's going on? And then he sits me down and goes through all the racing on what I did wrong and why are we doing this. And he's 7 years old and he knows exactly what's going on. So.
Okay, we're flying around Bathurst. We're racing touring cars. But what about road car? What was your first car, Jane?
My first car was a Datsun 1200 Ute. It's a good little thing. We put a 4AG ZE, a little supercharged 1600 engine in it, and the thing went like a rocket. My dad had a Subaru, and we used to race each other in a straight line, and used to keep up with him, up to 110, of course, but but it didn't stop as good as that thing, that's for sure.
What about you, mate?
Well, this is not a setup, not at all. We lived in different countries, of course. My first car was a Datsun 1200 Triple S.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah,
not a Ute, sedan, four-door sedan.
The sports one.
Yeah, it had the two stripes on the bonnet, the whole deal, twin Delorto, 40mm carbs. It's a choice.
We're going to find these cars, put you two in, and we've got to get a race in them. Okay, today. How was your day, boys?
It was awesome. I've never had that much fun in a
with your clothes on.
Yeah, a little car that isn't too much on the road, but it was great on the track.
Now, of course, these guys are professional drivers. They don't just jump in a car and be stupid. You've got to test and set up and get it right first. Testing and testing, sorting it out. So let's have a look at these boys just sorting out, doing some installation laps.
This should be interesting. He's missed the Kong, he's breathing it.
Now, how did he go? Let's have a look.
Look at the handbrake.
What's that about?
What did it go blurry for? Because we're off the road, that's why. Look at him. You scared? Yeah, look
at it. Okay, who wants to see the real laps?
I do. I'm a bit nervous.
Seeing you're keen to see it, we'll do yours first, Greg.
Oh.
Now, the catch here is, boys, I want you to commentate on Greg's lap, then you get the response.
All right.
Okay. Roll Mr. Murphy's lap.
Look at that.
Over for tyres. Oh, dear.
And that shift didn't sound too fast.
I want to use
Come
the
on,
other way.
James.
Turn one, second gear, hooks it in.
Using a lot of dirt there.
Oh, he is.
You should see bloody Courtney's lap.
Hey, easy, we're watching yours.
He wasn't actually on the
Oh,
dirt.
look at the concentration. Having a bit of a chat with yourself then, though?
A bit wide.
You are a bit wide. Oh, a bit more dirt. Up into third here. I was pretty impressed with the commitment Murph had into this turn.
The handbrake?
Yeah. Back to second. On a big understeer here.
Yeah, he's pushing back. Oh!
Cars off.
Definitely you're driving the longest lap we've seen, Murph.
No, I was having a chat with himself again. Into the chicane.
I braked for that.
It's
No.
pretty risky, that one. Here's
Okay.
where the commitment was second to none from Murph. Look at that. Look at him. Concentration. Hooks it in. Second gear.
I couldn't see over the cameras that were mounted on the window.
Oh, is that the excuse? Come on. This is the exciting part. Here we go. Here we go. Watch this. Oh, yeah, Murph. That looked pretty
That was a
clean.
quiet
That was
one.
pretty
That was
clean.
a quiet one, that one.
Aggressive stuff.